Hi, everyone. My name is Anna Zelinske, and I'm the Director of Programs and Services for Patient Care for the ALS Association St. Louis Regional Chapter. So if you're here and you found our website, that's probably because you or someone you love or someone you care about has been diagnosed with ALS. So first, I just want to say I'm so sorry that you are going through this. I'm sorry that ALS has become a part of your world and that you're even having to explore our website and explore what it is we can do to help a person with ALS. I hope that as we go through what we're going to talk about through this video and I share about us and about our team, that at the end you feel like you have a partner in this journey and that you're not going through this alone. So the first thing I'd like to do is introduce you to our team here at the St. Louis Regional Chapter. Okay, so as I mentioned, my name is Anna Zelinske, and I'm the Director of Programs and Services for Patient Care here at the St. Louis Regional Chapter. So our chapter covers the eastern side of Missouri and the central and southern half of Illinois. And so our care coordinators are sort of arranged around our service area depending on where people live and where they live. So I'm based here in our main St. Louis office. Also based here in St. Louis is my colleague, Melissa Smith. She's the Associate Director of Care Services. She's an occupational therapist and also works as a clinic liaison for the John Cochran VA Clinic. Sorry, I forgot to mention that I'm also the clinic liaison for the Washington University Neuromuscular Clinic in their ALS portion of their clinic. So now I'll introduce the other care coordinators that work in the St. Louis, out of our St. Louis Regional Chapter. So Lori Dobbs is the clinic liaison for the St. Francis Medical Center. And so she is based out of the Sikeston, Cape Girardeau area. And she works primarily with people who live in southern Missouri and southern Illinois. And Melinda Osborne, she is a counselor and she works as the clinic liaison at the SIU Springfield, Illinois clinic through Memorial Hospital. And she works primarily with people who are in the central area of Illinois. Mary Love, she's a registered dietitian, and she's the clinic liaison at St. Louis University, the clinic that is there. And so Mary works out of our St. Louis office along with myself and Melissa. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about the programs and services we provide. So if you're already connected to a clinic, you would see one of us, well, typically when clinics were running the way they were before COVID-19 pandemic, you would see me at the Washington University, you'd see Mary at the ALS clinic, along with your neurologist and the other clinicians. But now, just due to the restrictions that are in place and the way that clinics are operating now, the ALS representative is not currently in the clinics. We're hoping that may change as clinics begin to reopen. But for now, that's one reason why we're creating this video, is so that we can describe what our services are like the way that we would if we were able to meet with you in person, either at the clinic or some other way you may have connected with us personally. So I'll talk a little bit about what we can do. So we have resources to provide education about ALS and the disease process. We know that this disease and this diagnosis can be very scary, and it's often the end of a very long road of trying to figure out what symptoms are and what is causing a person's symptoms. And so we do have education about the disease and about the disease process and what to expect. A lot of that education is through printed publications, but we also have various webinars and other types of resources that we can connect you with. We do offer a monthly virtual support group to help connect people living with ALS throughout our catchment area throughout Missouri and Illinois. We offer care coordination and case management. We partner with the person with ALS along with the clinic to create a care plan so that we can help kind of map out what services might be needed at particular times as you travel through this disease process. We'd like to help families prepare their homes and help their homes become accessible so that the person with ALS can stay in their home safely for as long as possible. And so we are able to connect with various community resources to help make that happen. We do have a durable medical equipment loan program. And so sometimes a person wants to just try out a piece of equipment before purchasing it, or a person's waiting to get their piece of equipment through their insurance, and there's a waiting period. And so our loan program can fill that gap. There's also some equipment that is not covered by insurance, and we do have some pieces of equipment that are available for loan that aren't available through insurance. We have a program that can help provide a break for the caregiver, the full-time caregiver, to give some relief to that person. We have a program that can help supplement some nutritional needs. We are committed to advocating for initiatives at the local and national levels, and also staying up to date with what research is most current and pertinent to people with ALS. We can help people with ALS connect with other community partners that do other things like we do. We have resources for palliative care and hospice care. As I mentioned, we do have that connection with the VA clinic. And so we also can help veterans navigate what they're able to benefit from through the Veterans Administration. We have a couple speech language pathologists we partner with in the community, and also the 5 clinics that I mentioned that we partner with. So the first step toward connecting with our services is registering with our chapter. And so I'm going to go over that process now. Okay, so in order to register for our services, the first thing you want to do is go to our website. So that's www.alsa-stl.org. And this brings up our main webpage, and there is a lot of information on this webpage. Feel free to poke around and see what you can find. A lot of resources, a lot of information. I know that can be very overwhelming, so if you want to just skip to the registration process, that's of course just fine too. Once you get connected with us, we'll be able to help you navigate through our website and other resources on a more personal level. So the first thing you want to do to register for our chapter is to click on this Local Care Services tab. And this brings up this page here. There's some information about how we've had to adjust some of our programs and services because of COVID-19, so you can find that here. But if you scroll down just a little bit farther and click this Register with our chapter, and that brings up a new tab in our registration page. So this is where you will enter all of the information that we ask for the registration process. It's mostly demographic information, where you live, your birthday, who your caregiver is, your primary caregiver, their relationship to you. And just keep scrolling down and put in as much information as possible, what your diagnosis is and the date of diagnosis, who provided that diagnosis, what kind of equipment you're using. Also, the clinic that you're affiliated with is in there as well. And this portion, you'll want to make sure that you read through the consent and release and make sure you're comfortable with that. And then you'll want to click on this yes. And you'll want to do the same thing with HIPAA. You'll want to enter your clinic. This gives us permission to share information back and forth with the clinic for continuity of care. And then at the very end, and then you'll enter anyone else that you would like us to be able to have permission to speak with. And then you'll enter this word here to show that you are a real person and not a robot, and click submit. And when that happens, a new screen will pop up, and it will be thank you for your registration. Yes, we received it. It'll be from me, and it will have either myself, or Melissa, and it will have my contact information. So once you receive the confirmation that yes, you were registered, I also get a note, as well as Melissa Smith, and one of us will assign the person that's the care coordinator that is assigned to work with you, and that person will reach out to you and set up a time to talk. Typically in the past, we will come out to the home, do a home visit, connect with you, establish that relationship, connect with your loved ones and your family. But due to the COVID-19 restrictions, we're not able to do home visits at this time, but we are able to connect virtually. So we would love to do a virtual visit through a screen such as this, or even just over the phone. And the goal of that meeting is to help determine where you are in the process and which one of our programs and services, or which of many, makes sense for you at this time. So that's all. So I hope that this helped through the registration process. I hope it helps give you a picture of how we at the ALS Association are able to partner with you. And I hope that you feel like you're not alone in this journey. I'll be sure to have my contact information added to the end of this so that you can reach out to me with any questions, and I'll help you get connected. Thank you.